It's just a pajamas kind of day. I'm feeling very nervous, but I am also rapidly running out of time to work on this. So I am just going to cut it out, but I am going to do it in my pajamas so that I feel maximum comfort in this very scary process. Sometimes things just don't turn out quite how you think they're going to. I knew this event has been coming. I've had the fabric for this for ages, but I just dilly-dallied on cutting it. I wanted to keep it white and gold, but really I knew that that would be silly. It's an event where everyone's eating and everyone's drinking and it's lots of fun. But last year I got something spilt on my dress, and thank God it was a black dress, but this year I really didn't want to risk a dress I spend so much time on becoming stained while I'm having fun. And I knew that dyeing it was going to be the better option, but it was just one of those moments. I know I talked about this in the last video where I ummed and ahed for such a long time and I ran out of time. I somehow managed to pull off enough of this dress that I had something to wear to the event, and I did more than I thought I was going to be able to. But I didn't make it as embellished as I had wanted it to be. And I find that that happens a lot to people who make clothes for events. We have these grand ideas, this dress that's going to be everything and do everything, and that we can defy all time and odds to make so big and so magnificent, and then run out of time. I know I do this all the time. I get such big ideas in my head that are very hard to fulfill because I'm only one person and I have to work around making these things as well. So even though sometimes things don't go to plan, it doesn't mean that I don't have to be happy with what happened. And I have a bad habit of wearing something to an event and then going, well, it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but I guess that's life, and I hang it up and I move on from the project forever, when really I can come back to it. That's the beauty of sewing, is I can pick that back up at any time and say, I'm gonna finish the dress. I didn't get to wear it to the event in its full and final form, but I was happy and I had fun in it, and now I can bring it home and I can keep working on it and keep adding to it, and I can celebrate further progress with all of you. That's part of the beauty of having this channel and having my Instagram, is I get to share the things I'm really proud of that maybe I didn't get to wear to that event, but that I still worked really hard on, and that I think I shouldn't leave behind just because I didn't get them done for the dream event, you know? Hopefully that makes sense. Last night I managed to get all my pieces cut out and the edges all overlocked, because when I dye these, which I am about to do, I don't want all the pieces to fray like crazy. But I had to pre-cut them because there was no way 10 meters of fabric was going to fit in my tiny little dye pot. But this is an 18 panel dress. I don't know how I got to 18. I do. I patterned it that way, but I don't know how I got to 18 panels. I was thinking just a couple of, like, because I'm going to run beaded trim through all the seams, and I thought just a few extra channels, and then we were at 18. So I have a lot of dyeing and a lot of sewing ahead of me. I am wearing my black jumper today so that if I get dye all over everything, which I probably inevitably will, I always do really, really well, and then I let my guard down, and right at the end I get dye all over everything. So wish me luck. It's not pressed. It hasn't been pressed yet. I wanted to check that the seams, that the lines of the dress were actually working before I press all my trim irreversibly open, because this polyorganza trim that these beads are mounted onto will probably never press back into shape once I press it all open, but it fits. So I can press this all, I can finalize it all, and I can sew in my front closures because I am happy with the way this fits. After that, it's just sleeves and a heck ton of embellishment. That's my plan. I have 4 weeks until I want to wear this, so hopefully after work every day, if I just put in a little bit of time to add a whole bunch of embellishment. But we'll see, because I also have an entire market to prep for in the meantime. Oh, it's so fun to wear. Excellent swoosh factor. Very happy. Sometimes not everything works out like how you plan. I honestly got more done on this than I thought I was going to before the feast that we went to, which, considering that I had a whole market to stock and so much else going on, I'm actually pretty happy with. But I have a fantastic friend, she's a photographer, she's going to take some photos of this for me, help me get the reveal footage, and we're not shooting that till tomorrow night. And I want to spend just a little bit of time doing those final touches that I wish I'd had time to do before the event, instead of kind of just hanging this up and accepting that I didn't get as much done as I had hoped I would. This is an event that we can't film at. I'm not allowed to take a camera to. I probably could have got a little bit of footage on my phone. I think some of my friends were filming, so if I have any footage, I'll put it in now. There's not a lot, but I did have a lot of fun, and it was finished. It was wearable, and I think I put in a little bit of time and made a headpiece to go with this, which I think really helped sell the look, really helped sell how finished the dress looked. But there are some big glaring holes. The whole back of the neckline didn't have any of the extra beading done. The sleeves didn't have as much beading as I would like. There's a clasp down at the bottom. I actually just forgot to sew one of the last clasps on, and I didn't notice until I got there. It still worked. I still had a lot of fun, and people seem to really like it, which I love. That's my favorite part, when other people really like it too. So I'm not unhappy with it at all, but because I have a little bit of extra time before, I guess, committing this to the annals of history, the digital annals of history, the internet, I think I would like to spend a little bit of time just adding to it, doing those final little touches that I wish I had time for. I got the sleeves on. I managed to get the sleeves on, and everything else I sewed in the hotel. In the hotel, and then the Airbnb, because it was a 2-day drive to get there. And in the car on the way up. I did not sew as much as I should have in the car, but I'm using the excuse that I get really motion sick in my own defense there. I mean, I think with dresses like this, I don't know about you guys, but I could just kind of keep piling stuff onto it forever. I could definitely just go and go until the whole thing was just beads. But I don't have time for that. I don't think anyone realistically has time for that. And I have ideas for other pretty dresses I want to make. I'm not going to push myself. I pushed myself so hard to actually get to this event that the next 2 days I'm just going to have fun. I am not going to do anything too crazy. I'm not going to stay up super late killing myself to finish this. Matilda's made me my beaded belt. Once I put my kind of girdle on and the whole dress and the underdress, I think it'll be pretty. It is nearly 3 p.m, which means it's time for me to go. I feel a lot calmer than when we left for the feast. That was complete chaos, but now I feel like I've given this dress the amount of time and energy that it deserves, and I've given the design enough time to actually be complete, and I'm really happy with it. I know Monique is going to take just the most gorgeous photos. She said she's even going to help me with videos, so hopefully you guys are going to see some really good reveal footage. Probably don't expect that again, unless I can get Monique to help me again. Monique is incredible, so this is going to turn out really well, but I am still feeling a little bit nervous. I always feel really nervous before someone else photographs me, so time to go. Next you'll see the dress, I guess.